Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. The last couple of weeks we have featured houses here on Pick 5, so I thought we would go back to condos this week. As well, with the last few videos on condos, I think we've done 2-bed, 2 baths, we've done condo townhouses, we've done low-end 1-bedrooms or entry-level stuff. It's been a while since we've done the higher end. And by higher end, I don't mean, 9 million, because I'll be honest, I don't work in that market. I don't know any Saudi oil barons. And again, that's kind of a generalization. Or is it? Because can you be a poor Saudi oil baron? Anyways, regardless, I want to look at things that are anywhere from, say, $1.1 million to 2.7. So we're looking over $1 million. Obviously, you have to have a 20% down payment. So this is an entry level, or maybe some people it's the first buy. I mean, prices are going crazy. But today with these units, most of them are penthouses. And I want to look at the price per square foot, because this is how everything is measured, and especially in this market, more than ever before. Because there was a time, if you were to go, I think I called it apples and oranges. God, I have a good memory. Probably 2007, 2008, I wrote a blog about who cares about price per square foot. Back then, the prices were so much lower. You were like $325 or $335 a square. But they didn't look at parking, they didn't look at locker, they didn't look at finishes, they didn't look at all these different things. Now, I think things have changed a little bit, because there's just got to be some sort of metric, something to put things in the same ballpark. And with the stakes as high as they are, we're really looking at that metric. But having said that, with this metric, I want to look at, let's get a list up here somewhere. I want to look at, I say not necessarily in order of importance, but number one, I want to look at the layout, okay, because that is crucial with units like this. The layout is so important. Where's the living space in this place, right? There are units we're going to see today that are over $1 million, and they suck. They're terrible. You're buying square footage, yes, but what if you have a long hallway? What if you have a dining room that basically fits a 4-person table? Okay, so we're looking at the layout. Number two, I want to look at the finishes, okay, because some of these things are crap, some of these things are unbelievable. And if you're paying $1.4 million and someone's pumped 200 grand into that thing, well, isn't that something that you should consider if you're looking at the same unit at $1.4 million without the finishes? Look, maybe you don't want, I was gonna say, I don't know, a gold-plated toilet. Didn't the guy in Narcos have one of those? Anyways, off topic. So finishes, okay, number two, finishes. Number three, we're going to look at the outdoor space, because this as well is crucial. As long as you've been watching this video, I'm a proponent of outdoor space. I have a 1,200 square foot terrace. One of the units today you will see looks at my 1,200 square foot terrace, which I don't ever use because I'm never home. I'm a terrible father. I haven't seen my child in 3 days. What am I supposed to do? Kids go to bed at 5:30. I'll be lucky if I get home by 10:30 tonight. I saw her on Sunday. That counts for something, right? Can I get a Father of the Year award? Can you make a little trophy? Anyways, yes, you will see my terrace from the small balcony of one of the penthouses. The other ones all have terraces, so that's number three. We're going to look at outdoor space. Number four, we're going to look at the extras. Things like ceiling height, things like floor-to-ceiling glass, all of that other stuff that's not related to the outdoor space or related to the finishes. And number five, we're going to look at location. That shouldn't really be last on the list, but we are going to look at it. One thing we're not looking at, and tell me that I'm wrong here, is maintenance fees. Maintenance fees, I'm sorry to say, at this price point, they don't really matter. Let's say you're buying a condo for $1.7 million. The maintenance fees are $400 a month more than you would like them to be. $400 a month, okay? That's not significant. That's $4,800 a year. You're there for 4 years, it's $20,000. Who cares about $20,000? You just paid $1.7 million for this place. You're gonna cry about $20,000? So if you're entry level and you're buying a condo for $360,000, and the fees are $440 versus $320, that $120 is crucial to you. But at this price point, I don't care about the maintenance fees. Okay, that's a long lead in. Okay, let's take a look, starting with 116 George Penthouse 102. Now, the first thing you'll notice about this building is I live here. No, they did not list with me. These people, when they went to list their downtown Toronto condo, did what any normal person would do. They called up their local Ajax Realtor. I wonder why it's been on the market for 20 days. Okay, let's take a look at this, guys. This is Penthouse 102. And the thing about my building that I will say, I love where I live. The building is, dare I say, overmanaged. Should I go on? Should I elaborate? Oh, boy. I know you want me to. I know you want me to, but I really shouldn't because it would be rude and mean. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Nothing to do. You have nothing better to do. You have nothing better to do. Do you work? You're on the board of directors. You have nothing better to do. You're here all day. That would be me arguing with the people on the board that have nothing to do. And they run this thing like they're a high school teacher or a retired one, which is probably what they are. Anyways, overmanaged building. I love it. Location's amazing. I want to show you where it is. I'll get in trouble one day. Okay, so here we are. This is the view. So 112, 116. It's a really awkward shape. This is 116. This is 112. There's sort of a connector thingamadooey in the middle. And then my terrace is right here. Yay. Okay, God, I would kill to be 2 floors higher. Have a much better view of the park. Now, close to the St. Lawrence Market, which is down here, and your walking distance to the core. The location's unbelievable. The problem in this building is, as I mentioned, the layouts. That's the first thing on our list, remember? So I'm going to show you, okay, here we go. They start with the photos of the outdoor space. So I'm going to show you the photos first. So my problem with the layout, actually, let's go to the floor plan first. Oh, way to go. You put up a floor plan, and it looks like, I don't know, a blueprint or something. So I don't know how to turn that left. Okay, you know what? Let me pause this, and I'll come back with it turned. There we go. I did it. I'm very proud of myself. Okay, so let's take a look at this weird black blueprinty floor plan. The issue that we have, guys, is this space, and I'm going to show it to you. So this is the kitchen. This is the living room, and there's only 10 feet of depth with this stupid fireplace that they put in there. This here is the HVAC system, which completely cuts the flow, which I'll show you. Then you've got this little nook over here. So with the foyer, check this out, because we're all about floor plans today. Some of you guys are floor plan experts. I know. You guys comment on my blog about floor plans. I have one client in particular, Ian. Hi, if you're watching this. Okay, so the foyer, you walk in, long hallway. I hate long hallways. They're a complete waste of space. Look where my mouse is. Look how long this is. And yes, I know that you have to zig and you have to zag, but this layout sucks, okay? This really, truly sucks. You've got this long hallway into here, and then you've got another long hallway into the master bedroom, which is essentially the same size as the second bedroom, which has this stupid HVAC thing here. So I will give it this. There's a nice walk-in closet, and there's an ensuite, but the finishes suck, which I'll show you. Okay, so back to here. See that HVAC? They've got room for a 4-person table. Now, at $1,088,000, I'd like to think you're going to have more than 4 people over for dinner. Now, here's that living space that I told you about. This is a couch, and this couch is staring. Didn't see it. This couch is staring right at the island. There's no TV, because they don't know how to set it up, because the floor plan is awful. Okay, over here is where I probably would have put, okay, this area here is this area here. That, to me, seems like a great place for a dining room table. Maybe a long 6 to 8 person one. Instead, they just jammed a bunch of crap in the corner. Really tearing this thing apart. Now, this is the kitchen, and you can see where it says 7 of 20 here? That's the couch. So what I might do is I might make that the dining area and make this the TV nook. But if they're not defined spaces, and sometimes, don't get me wrong, versatile spaces are great, but these aren't defined spaces, I would think in a penthouse, you would want spaces that are somewhat defined. The photos are terrible. Really bad. God, I love my photographer. My assistant, Yana, was telling me the other day, in my pick 5, I said something like, he's amazing, but I'm not going to give you his name because I don't want you to use him. I don't know if that's fair to him. I should be giving him business. Except if he gets too busy, he can't shoot 2 properties a week for me. I'm gonna tinker with this one. Okay, so here we are. We're northwest facing. Decent outdoor space, bedroom, blah, blah. Oh, awful finishes, awful finishes. And I can tell you that I redid my bathroom. This is awful. Let me show you the shower. You ready for this? Boom! Is that the ugliest thing you've ever seen? I know. I had that for 3 or 4 years, I think. 3 or 4 years. Did you guys ever see my before and after? Let me show you. Let me see if I can dig it up. Can we get the before? And can we get the after? I don't know if that worked. But anyways, we redid our showers last year, and it was a long time in the making because the original finishes suck. And there you go, sliding door. Oh, this is what I was talking about. That's my terrace. See right there? See, those are my trees? And that's the blue tarp. Look at this. I have this huge terrace, and then everyone that comes over goes, can you use this space? No. I don't know why this building left all this space. I get it. Guys have to anchor down for the worst job in the world. You know, I'm going to clean some windows and risk my life. But anyways, so there's just a lot of weird designs in this building. And look, I love my building, guys. I really do. That's the only good photo. Guaranteed they stole this from someone else. And we're back to, oh, they have that photo again, 20 out of 20. Great job. Great job on this listing. I don't know why it hasn't sold. Anyways, like I said, I love my building, but it is really overmanaged by just really overzealous people with nothing better to do who love to make rules. And it was built by a developer, Aston Ridge Homes, that for the most part does subdivisions, and they built a condo. Things like, for example, to get to the outdoor terrace, you have to go through the party room. I wrote about this on my blog once, and I said, there we are, at Grandpa's 100th birthday, and we're about to take a photo, but bros with barbed wire tattoos and sideways hats are walking through, yoing their way to the barbecue. Anyways, this is priced at $845 a square foot, which is so cheap in this market. It's 1,288 square feet. It's $1,088,000. It's $845 a square. And the fact that it hasn't sold tells me that there's some sanity left in the marketplace, because honestly, there's a lot of things I'd rather do with $1,088,000. Anyways, look, I don't want to crap on my own building. I love it, guys. It's just a poor layout, to be honest. Okay, let's move on. That was a lot dedicated to one property. Holy moly. So 15 Beverley, Penthouse 2. 15 Beverley is called 12 degrees, which is cold. Actually, it's not cold, but it's not hot. It's like you're driving in your car, and you're like, why am I wearing my winter coat? Oh, I'm so frustrated right now. That's basically me today. Okay, so the issue that I have with this one, before I get into anything else, is the price. This is $1,325,000 for what I believe is 1,150 square feet. That is, I'm making that noise. I know we usually have a on there. Mine's better. Ready? It is $1,152 a square foot. That's up there. So it's a brand new building. Finishes are fantastic. Layout here is definitely better. Let me go to the layout now, actually. Here we go. Okay, so layout is really great. I don't know why they did this. You know why they did this? Because the building itself is this. Let me go back here, guys. This is going to be a long pick 5, I know it. The building itself is, all really odd and angular and whatever, and so then they thought it would be cool for the floor plans to kind of go like this. So my issue with this floor plan is here, here, and here. I hate pillars. I really hate pillars, because then you get like this. Boom. Look at that. I think that's somebody I know, actually. Is that Pete? It looks like Pete. This was literally in I have like 7,000 photos in my Toronto Realty blog archive, and they're all alphabetical, and I put poll, and I have this. Where would I have taken this? That looks like my friend Pete. Or my brother. No, I don't know who that is. Maybe it's a stock image. Anyways, polls suck. That poll is in a condo of anyone I know? No. Okay. Polls suck when they're there in the middle of the space. Okay, let's get rid of this. And so this is tough. This is tough to accept, because right here you see what? What is this? What is this? That's not a gang sign, by the way. That's a 4-person table. I paid $1,325,000 for a condo, and I have a 4-person table. Now, as you can see here, this kitchen shows a potential extension for the island. So maybe if we didn't have this section here, we can extend it out. But then, you're touching your goddamn fridge. I'm sorry, I know we all live in miniature places these days, but if I'm having dinner and someone says, can you hand me a drink? I don't want to go, no problem. And literally just be able to reach. Like you're cooking pancakes, you're sitting on your couch watching football. Hon, can you flip those pancakes? Yeah, okay. Like from sitting on your couch. That's the point I was trying to make. Anyways, as I said, my issue here is floor plan. 1,150 square feet. Gorgeous terrace. Are those trees? Is that what these things are? Yeah. So gorgeous terrace. We got 1 bedroom. We got 2 bedrooms. We got a weird little nook. The master bedroom here. The floor plan's actually easier to work with in the photos. Oh, yeah, half pillar. Okay, so we would hope that's a king-size bed. If it's not, and you really can't do anything because you've got a pillar, again, another reason why $1,325,000, my God, I want a king-size bed. I remember when my wife and I got our king-size bed, I said, babe, never touching you in bed again. We could literally fit 2 people in between us. It's the most amazing thing in the world. Although my side is so much lower than hers. When she leaves, I roll over onto that side. It's like sleeping sideways. Okay. Just in a mood today, guys. Really off topic. Okay, let's go back to the photos. So we're going to go through here. As you can see, here's the little table. They didn't do the island extension, but you see what I'm talking about. Here's the fridge. If this was a 6-person table, you'd literally be right up against it, and that's my issue. There's the pole there, okay? Really nice staging, really nice finishes. You know what? Again, I said finishes was one of our points, but is certainly not at the top. So there's your bedroom. They kind of disguise the pole. That's good photography. Bathrooms, second bed. Where's that weird little nook? There it is. Weird little nook. Okay. Home office. I don't know. I have a home office, but I work at the dining room table. And then I have to listen to all the shows that my wife watches. My God. WWE divas. I mean, seriously? Just please put it on mute. I've started wearing headphones. Okay, so there's your terrace. It's a great spot. They did about as much staging as they can do. And there's your little pool. Cool. Okay. Great amenities in the building. So 12 degrees. There you go, guys. Again, $1,152 a square foot. Holy moly. There's a lot better ways that you could spend that money. But it was designed by Meng Liang. Do you ever try to take something like that and pretend like you don't know how to pronounce it? Yeah, oh no, it was designed by Meng Liang. No? So Meng Liang, I don't know, and I don't care. They were supposed to be the designer for 650 King. In the end, they weren't the designer for 650 King, and 650 King sued the developer. They won. I'm not going to divulge the terms of the settlement because a client of mine told me what they were. But I don't know if that means that the developer was wrong by not having Meng Liang design the lobby. Personally, I could not possibly care less who designs my lobby, let alone my suite. So there you go. Don't love it. Lots, very, very expensive. Okay, so the next one, it's a loud car. The next one I'm going to say this is my listing. So when I say that it's the best one, you can call me a hypocrite. But it is the best one for many reasons. First of all, first one sucked. Now that was in my building. So if you want to call me biased, why did I crap on my own building? This is 560 Front. 560 Front is down here just outside of Prime King West. So Prime King West is here. This is Portland and King, Portland and Stewart in here. This is where you've got 75 Portland, which is a super hot building right now. You've got 66 Portland. You've got 32 and 20 Stewart. So we're down here at the Rev, or the Reeve. No one knows how to pronounce it. Rev? Reeve? Who's on Party of Five? Neve Campbell or Nev Campbell? Is this Reeve or Rev? So what I like the most about this place, other than, my God, look at the photography. Who did you hire for this? And the great staging. The terrace is unbelievable. So again, take this with a grain of salt, and I don't care if you tell me that I'm biased, but this patio is unbelievable. So the first patio, or the first place didn't have a patio. The second patio was nice. My issue with this one here, let me go back to it, guys, is like this giant wall. That's really high up, and I wish it was made of glass. Here, okay, we've got glass. We've got a CN Tower view. Now you're looking east from 560 Front. Forever view. There's townhouses on the other side here. Nothing's ever going to obstruct this. This view is unbelievable. It's a city view, it's a CN Tower view, and the space itself is not long like this. It's kind of L-shaped, right? And you can see here, this is your little seating area, this is your little chatting area. You can put a dining room table out there, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, there you go. So this is a 3-bed, 2-bath. I'm going to go through the photos here. There we go. This is the living. The thing I like the most about this place is, wait for it, the dining area. So what did I just say in the last place? I said that I don't want to be sitting on my couch and reach over to grab a beer out of my fridge. This dining area is completely separate. That's awesome. So they've got a 6-person table there. You could have an 8-person table. But the point is, most living dinings are combined, right? Let me go back to this. I know you're tired. You're like, I already saw this goddamn place. I don't want to see it again. Okay, most living dinings, see this? It's one space. This is living dining kitchen. This whole thing is living dining kitchen pillar. Living dining kitchen pillar. There's your living, there's your kitchen, there's your dining, there's your pillar. With this unit here, the dining room is separate, okay? Because I got a point. This is your living, and it goes all the way over here. I'm going to show you the floor plan. Okay. Oops, that's not it. There it is. It's confusing because there's 560 Front and 560 King. Okay, so I'm going to shrink it a bit to try to fit it. Can you guys see that? There we go. Okay, so this is the point. This is your foyer. No wasted space. This is a walk-in hall closet. Sweet. That's your kitchen, your massive living area, and your dining is completely separate. And it's 14 feet long. So you can have an 8-person table, walk out to the terrace, walk out to the barbecue, and your kitchen is awesome. I'll show you photos of that. But that's the point I wanted to make, is that the layout is unbelievable, and I'm all about layout. So features and finishes, top notch. These guys pumped a ton of money into this place, and it's gorgeous. There you go. So then you can see your actual dining space. So it's a 3-bed, as I mentioned. Let's get to, oh, beautiful table too. You can see the CN Tower from like every room. I'm gushing about this. I know you're going to say, David, you're talking too much about your own listing, but I love it. It's amazing. Super, super decked out, designer finishes, things like wallpaper. I'm not a classy guy. I don't know what kind of wallpaper to get. This place is awesome. Okay, woo, walk-in closet. There's the second bed with a walkout to the terrace. That's the third bed. And the bathroom, the master bathroom, is unbelievable. It is so expensive, which, you know what, at 1.4, and yes, we're holding back offers. Can't say what it's going to go for. But at 1.4, I think it's the best priced unit of all of these. So let's compare here. Okay, this is awesome. This is going to make me feel really good. We're priced at $962 a square. $962 a square. $1,152,000 a square. Come on, is there any comparison here? Tell me I'm being biased, guys. Tell me I'm being biased. 15 Beverley. Okay, you're Queen of Beverley. I don't know, is that a better area? I don't think so. 560 front. All right, you know what? Maybe you don't want to be this far south. 15 Beverley. Maybe it's more in the action, but my God, the value here at $962 a square. This one just, my God, the layout's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible layout. The layout here is exceptional. So there you go. Tell me I'm gushing about it. Oh, it also has 2 parking spaces and 2 lockers, I should mention. There's a lot more I could say about this, but the more I go on, the less you're going to believe me. People are just so unlikely to believe anything these days. Okay, so let's move on here. So yes, that's my favorite listing of the 5, and not just because it's mine. We're going to move on to 78 Tecumseth. Tecumseh. See what I mean if you just say it really quick? Like if there was a tourist, like, excuse me, what street are we on? Tecumseth. Next time a tourist asks you how to get downtown, tell them to take Spadina. Okay, where is it? It's in King West. I wouldn't quite call it prime King West. You're on the other side of Bathurst. So prime King West, obviously, as I've pointed out in 100 blogs before, between Bathurst and Spadina, anywhere along King. That's why, as I said, my place down at front is close to prime King West, and this one here, close to prime King West. Call it a wash. So here, guys, we have our first 2-story unit. Now, this is 1,777 square feet. It's only 291 of outdoor space. Oh, I didn't mention that with my listing is 800 square feet. So that 962 includes 800 square feet, which is the most so far. So this is priced at $1,995,000. Excuse me, which is $1,123 a square foot. My price is awesome. So $1,123 a square foot, 291 square feet of outdoor space. I will say I do like this corner style. I like the floor-to-ceiling windows. That's weird. Why would they start with this one and then go to that? That's fine. Okay. Staircase is really cool. Remember, it takes up a lot of space. Really cool to look at. Not quite as functional. And then you do things like this. You put a chair under the stairs. Hey, have you guys seen Jimmy? Yeah. He's hanging out in the chair under the stairs. Okay. Kitchen, not nearly as nice as a couple of the other ones we've seen, but a pretty good layout. This I don't love. Dining in the kitchen for $2 million. It's been on the market 29 days. There's your living space. It's actually a really good living space. Great views, clear for days. The 291 square feet, though, keep in mind, is long balcony space. So this is the rub here, guys. We're $1,123 a square. 1120. Damn it, 1123 a square foot. And we have 291 of outdoor space, but it's really not that great. There's an illegal barbecue on the other side. So what you want in outdoor space is you want a square. Jesus, that scared me. Somebody's upside down. You want a square. What you don't want is a long balcony that you're never going to use. So this is, I don't know what this is, a movie theater or something, or just a guy bending over in a really weird painting. I don't know anything about art. There's your master bedroom. There's another angle of the master bedroom. Oh, pillars. Pillars, pillars, pillars. Walk-in closet. Pretty decent finishes there, I'll give it that. It's a 3-bedroom, don't forget, and 3 bathrooms. One is a 2-piece, and there are 2 4-pieces. This, I would guess, is the little den, and that's basic finishes, so they kind of skimped on that. Okay, there we go. So I went through that pretty quick. The one thing I will say here, maintenance fees are really cheap. I know we weren't going to talk about maintenance fees. $833 for 1,777 square feet. 2 parking spaces. What can I say about this one, guys? Again, $1,123 per square foot seems very high to me, just on its own. But even if this had an 800 square foot terrace like my listing does at 560 front, I still think it's up there. So 3 beds, 3 baths. It's a big space. Fire pool is a bit smaller. 29 days on the market. Ooh, where are we here? There you go. 29 days on the market. So here's 560 King Street West. Don't be confused here, guys. 560 King Street West is the Fashion House. 560 front is the Reeve or the Rev. It's very confusing because there's not a lot. Actually, no. This is a fun game. 438 King is the Hudson. 438 Richmond is... I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, but it is confusing when you have buildings that are really close with the same number. The Morgan. Gotcha. Okay, so this unit, let me go to the floor plan here, 560 king floor plan. Okay, so this, I gotta shrink this. This unit again is where we, holy moly, where we get into, can you see that? Let me move this. Having an off day here, guys. Just so busy right now. There we go. So 560 king, this outdoor space, again, this is usable to me. That's a great deck. This, not so much. It reminds me of the unit that was at, remember the one with the video of the girl, you know, serving the 3 guys, and everyone in the city went nuts about it. And I wrote a blog about how people need to shut up and just mind their own business. So it's got a similar kind of action there. Maybe it's not the most usable space. And then pillars. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillars. But you got to deal with this because it's one of the nicest units I've seen in a long time. And I'll show you why. Let me go back to here. Okay. So in terms of the layout, interior layout, fantastic. The pillars don't bother me as much because the space is a lot bigger. This is about 2,200 square feet. And it is, on a square foot basis, 1,227 a square. The kitchen's unbelievable. The upgrades in here, and I'm not going to go through names of upgrades, guys, because I'd usually go, oh my God, they have Rajasthani tile. Really? Yeah, oh my God. The wall sconces were flown in from Scandinavia, and they were made by that famous designer, Jonathan. It's from Seinfeld, more or less. Fleckman? Okay, here we go. So, great finishes. You can see here the pillars not as egregious as in some of the other spaces. Look at the size of the dining area. That's great. That's a great shot. That shows the space. And again, for 2.7 million, I mean, you got an extra million floating around. I don't know. I'd buy my place and keep the million. But if you really want square footage, 2,200, this is the kind of action you have to pay, upwards of 1,300 a square foot. So master bedroom, bathroom. I love the separate toilet. Just kind of says, I'm going to go in here, mind my own business. Oh, that's interesting. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. It's like someone took 2 different shots. No, I don't have ADD. Okay, people have emailed me that. I just like having fun, don't you? Okay, so there is the 3rd bedroom, 2nd bedroom, 2nd bathroom, and the terrace. Boom, CN Tower view. So, look, I've been in the CN Tower in, well, actually, I did the stair climb, 14:36. That's my record, 14 minutes and 36 seconds. I did the stair climb maybe 7 or 8 years ago with my brother and his friends from work, but I haven't frequented it because I live in Toronto. It's neat to look at. So you guys have to decide if you're looking at these kind of units or anything, really, whether it's penthouse or otherwise, what is the value of seeing the CN Tower? When you think Toronto, you think CN Tower, and you maybe think the Sky Dome. I refuse to call it the Rogers Centre. Damn it. But that's our iconic, you know, stick. So you've got to decide, if this unit faced the other way and you couldn't see the CN Tower, what's it worth? Is it worth $200,000? What's it worth to you to have this incredible view? Didn't mean to rhyme. In New York, as you know, anything looking over the park gets a massive premium. So here we are in King West. We have an unobstructed CN Tower view. It's phenomenal. And this is your entertaining area here. As I said, this outdoor space I think is 982. So ignoring that long strip there, you've probably got 600, 700 square feet of usable terrace space. There's a lot you could do with that. Staring at the CN Tower with that view, what is that worth? That to me is one of the keys to this unit, in addition to being one of the very few 2,200 square foot King West units that comes on the market. And that's why this thing, listed at $1,327 a square foot, is probably going to sell very quickly. Okay. I think that's it, guys. I didn't show you the floor plan for Tecumseth. I do have it, but I don't want to go back to that. So what did we learn today? In addition to the fact that I don't have ADD, well, we learned that things are getting expensive. We're anywhere here from $845 a square foot to $1,327 a square foot. That's a massive difference. But as I said, if you're looking in this price point, guys, you've got to look at the layouts. You've got to look at the layouts. And I try not to put my own listings in here because there's definitely potential to say you're biased or you're pushing your own agenda. Look, guys, that's one of the nicest units I've had listed in a long time. It really is. And the layout is unbelievable. So I challenge you to look at the layouts of these other units and tell me that I'm wrong. Because things like having a separate dining room, things like not having pillars, things like having a master bedroom that fits a king if you're going to be spending that kind of money, things like not having long hallways, things like having storage, that's what you want with the layout. So when you're looking at the price per square foot, whether it's $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, or $900, think about the layout because that's what you're buying. And if you have a massive useless hallway that takes up 200 square feet, that could be $200,000 at $1,000 a square. We're also looking at the finishes, which, as I said, I don't know the names of any of them, but if I was to redo my bathroom or redo my kitchen or what have you, I know how much it's going to cost, and I know what the pain in the ass it is. So if you're looking at that first unit at the View with those terrible finishes for $1.1 million, you're going to have to replace that. That's going to cost you 30 grand for the 2 bathrooms, and it's going to be, oh, I don't know. Let's say you decided to do that when your wife was 7.5 months pregnant, and every day she says, "Why the hell did we do this when I'm 7.5 months pregnant?" Don't do it when she's 7.5 months pregnant, like a guy I know. Anyways, so in addition to layout and finishes, the features, as I mentioned, the other features, things like the floor-to-ceiling windows. I didn't really go into that too much. Things like ceiling height. For the most part, I think these are going to have 10-foot ceilings. And the location, right? Obviously, Prime King West, this is going to cost a hell of a lot more than if you're in the east where I am, or if you're off the beaten path. So I'm over 30 minutes. Yana's going to absolutely kill me, but what are you going to do when you live in a shoe? Move to a boot, I think is what my wife says. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed. There's some pretty cool units here, and thanks for putting up with me again. I've been drinking coffee all day long, and it's time to go. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye for now. See you next week.